leaves our most crucial sites with the issue of storing, transporting, and neutralizing large concentrations of volatile, esoteric effluents on a case-by-case basis for an arbitrary number of anomalies with arbitrary properties ad infinitum. This is the ever-progressing front on which achromatic abatement does battle. It attempts to generalize the problems of safe storage, transport, and amelioration for arbitrary achromatic waste. These are extremely messy problems to solve, and not just in the practical sense. Theoretically, achromatic abatement deals in the development of containment and neutralization techniques for all possible anomalous effects, and accounting for their potential interactions with all other anomalous effects. At time of writing, no singular inciting element has been identified as the cause to which the entire known range of anomalous phenomena can be attributed. In the opinion of this achromaticist, no such element exists. Definitionally, anomalies subvert generally accepted models of how reality works, and so their classification is determined by whether they are congruent with our limited human understanding. There is no Swan boson or similar phenomenon that grants a substance the quality of define expectation. It is therefore impossible to develop a comprehensive technique which can strip any arbitrary substance of its anomalous properties with certainty, short of developing rigorous scientific explanations for those properties and conveying them pedagogically to the human populace entire. As such, the primary approach of achromatic abatement has been to group esoteric substances into broad classes based on their properties, developing containment and treatment strategies for each class and subclass therein. This classification system is necessarily non-rigorous, and cannot comprehensively describe all achromatic material, for reasons aforementioned, but a more effective model has yet to be developed. Next, we have some correspondence between Deering and the chief of janitorial and maintenance, who is also his brother's wife. She accuses him of killing her husband, to which he replies that if he had had even 1 second to react, he would have tried to save him, but he's sorry the system let him and her down. He's sorry they let it decline so far and so fast, and at this point they can't even begin to predict how these increasingly volatile
everything will be alright. Baby, I'll show you paradise, and maybe you could be mine, oh my.
materials will interact with each other and their obsolete equipment. The entity which killed his brother could have resulted from any number of things, and all they can do is rededicate themselves to the cause he gave his life for. She only responds, however, that he killed her husband. Only him. He says that nobody on Earth understands what she lost the way he does, and he understands if she needs someone to blame, as he's the head of achromatic abatement. They can't lose sight of the fact that what killed him was an extreme statistical outlier under nobody's control, and after all of their efforts, things like that still exist and are even multiplying. If they dwell on their mistakes, they'll overtake them, so they can't give up on their quest to figure out where all of this is coming from and how to send it back there. She replies that he can't even call Philip his brother, not even in a letter, and tells him to take responsibility for once in his life. There never was an entity, as he's the only one who claims to have seen it, and whatever he might believe, he's not that important. When she asked Philip if Deering was coming to his deputy chief promotion, he said probably not, as he'd be too ashamed. He'd internalized that for so long that he didn't even think to be sad about it. That's when she realized that she was going to have to hate him, well before he finally did something to really earn it. She says that he's incapable of facing up to anything he thinks reflects poorly on himself, so he makes excuses for why he shouldn't have to. He can't attend the ceremony because of a scheduling conflict, not because he can't stand admitting that he shares DNA with a glorified janitor. He can't come to the wedding because it's even worse seeing more janitor blood seeping into the family. He can't take a break from dissolving parathylene like an industrious little worm to allow even a single genuine moment of base human connection. He can't admit he bumped into a piece of sensitive equipment because he was too preoccupied with the cleverness of his weak, self-centered peace offering and killed the only person on the planet who ever had even the tiniest scrap of respect for him. She ends by saying that Philip never reflected poorly on him, but he reflects poorly on Philip, and to his infinite credit, that never crossed his mind.
You don't